I'm genuinely curious about this. Have you ever detoxed?
In what way?
Just like
I
not...
do it every month, probably, without caring too much about how and why. I mean, I don't go around detoxing. I just think, I'm not going to drink today.
Do you feel like, I might have the same thing, I think particularly if you work in wine, it's very hard to say, like I've never done dry Jan. I've never done a whole month. No. I can do, I think, on a regular basis, 2 or 3 days.
Yep.
Where I don't drink.
Yep.
But I do struggle.
Next week, I won't drink. I know, just looking at my diary, I won't drink from Thursday next week till the Tuesday after. I just look at my diary, I won't be drinking.
Yeah.
It's just because I won't be with people who are drinking. So I won't drink.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think, hell, I've been working all day. I just want to drink. So I'll go and open a bottle of wine. Pull the cork. Could be, the last bottle of wine I opened like that.
I was going to say, what was that?
It was a 1999 Brunello di Montalcino.
Oh, nice.
La Gerla.
Yeah.
Not particularly exciting.
Yeah.
But it was an old and filthy. I thought, that one needs drinking. So I just said, I've been working quite hard, and I thought, hey, it's 6, 7 o'clock at night. I feel like a drink. People who work as accountants, they go to the pub or they have a couple of gin and tonics.
Yeah.
People come home and they pour themselves a big gin and tonic every day. Now, we don't do that as wine people, but sometimes you just say, I'm in that kind of mood today, so you just go and crack open a bottle. And I just want it to be interesting. I don't want it to be the local sample of half a dozen supermarket-owned labels that I've got to taste.
Yeah. That's a different thing.
Sometimes that's what you drink. If you find a really good one, you think, I'll drink that. You do your tasting, 6 wines, 12 wines, 18 wines, it all depends. And you say, what do I drink at home? Well, sometimes it's that.
Yeah.
But and sometimes it's, I collect beer, for instance. So I've got beers going back to the 1980s. Ancient Edward.
How does that age?
Some of them absolutely wonderfully. Some of the hardy ales, for instance, which when they used to be brewed by Eldridge Pope of Dorchester, are in sensational nick to this day. Some of the Fuller's vintage ales from the 90s are still in fantastic nick.
Yeah.
Some of the J.W. Lee's harvest ales from Lancashire are in really great nick. It all depends what you got. The great old Gales prize old ales from Hampshire, they were spectacularly good for 20 years. They're now brewed in Chiswick. Don't taste remotely the same. But they do age. And I've got loads of these bottles. And sometimes I just think, time for an imperial Russian stout or something. And this is the stuff that they used to send off to Catherine the Great. And the recipe's got to be different. Because barley's different nowadays, hops are different nowadays, the shape of vats are different nowadays. Using electricity and gas is different from using coal and wood. Everything is different. This is why beer is a constantly changing thing, because you can't make beer like they used to make it. You can't get those barleys, you can't get those hops. But I still love to look back. It's a bit like Bordeaux isn't the same as it was 25 years ago. Burgundy's not the same as it was 25 years ago. Rioja and Chianti are not the same.
Well, I was going to say, if you could bring back one retro wine to the present, like either a brand or a style or whatever, what would it be?
It would be the old style, I say, without hesitation. Old-fashioned Bordeaux at its best.
So how far back?
Like my first ever Bordeaux, the one that I played with Francesca. Francesca left by then.
She left then.
So I had her sample as well as mine. Lervel Barton, 1962. And that was a wine that was quintessential old-fashioned Bordeaux. And it was bone dry, but it had tons of fruit, but it was a blackcurrant fruit, a pure blackcurrant fruit, absolutely sucked dry of every ounce of sweetness. So all you had was the essence of the fruit. And then hovering over the top of it was this amazing smell of cigar boxes and cedar and Havana tobacco. And mix that together and have a mouthful of that. If I could regularly find that would be the one wine I would bring back.